The amount of taxpayer dollars going toward overtime in the city of San Diego continues to skyrocket. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Jesse Pagan. Last year, we told you the city paid out more than $113 million in overtime pay for 2021. This year, new data shows the city is paying out about $126 million.
CBS 8 is digging deep into these newest numbers, finding that nearly 400 city workers made more money in overtime pay than they earned with their actual salary. Our Richard Allen has more on where our dollars are going and the response from the city. Richard?
And like in past years, the majority of these overtime payments are going to San Diego police and fire employees, with fire rescue paying out more than $52 million in overtime, which is a slight decrease from the previous year, while the police department paid out $43 million in overtime, $7 million more than the year before. In one instance, a fire engineer whose reported base pay was only $28,837 earned in addition more than $256,000 in overtime, while a San Diego police officer who earns about $102,000 annually got nearly $247,000 additionally in overtime pay. While the San Diego Police Department did not respond to CBS 8's request for comment, earlier this year, Police Chief David Nislight addressed the City Council on what's behind this spike.
The primary reason for the increases is due to the department taking a proactive approach to increases in violent crime and staffing shortages.
We have to fill this police department up with officers, and we really need to do better at recruitment and retention.
Sergeant Jared Wilson is president of the San Diego Police Officers Association and is speaking on its behalf.
But we need to hire other officers to fill in these gaps because our officers are really getting burnt out.
He says the department is currently 200 officers under budget, with many officers leaving San Diego for better paying jobs elsewhere. Those officers who remain must work overtime to cover critical staffing needs, and says the shortage has led to longer response times with the exception of the highest priority calls.
We don't have enough officers on the books to really patrol the city.
A spokesperson for the city of San Diego says it's actively working to fill vacancies with recruitment efforts underway like job fairs, adding, quote, "As with other employers around the country, the pandemic impacted the city's ability to hire, and we are catching up. When we have vacancies, services still need to be provided, so that can mean overtime for employees." For its part, San Diego Fire Rescue reduced its overtime by more than $877,000. A spokesperson points out this is part of the department's goal of boosting staff levels, telling CBS 8 it's not unusual for public safety departments to exceed their overtime budgets because there's no way to predict emergencies that occur which require additional staffing. She goes on to say that increasing the overtime budget to begin with would significantly reduce this issue. In other words, we believe if the overtime budget was adequately funded, excess each year would be minimal.
We announced my fiscal year 2024 proposed budget.
To that end, Mayor Todd Gloria has proposed an increase to the overtime budget for next year by nearly $16 million for fire rescue for a total of $48.4 million, and an increase of more than $9 million for the police department for a total of $49.3 million.
This means that we're being more realistic about our overtime needs right now as our departments continue to recruit personnel to work at our city.
And the city budget will be voted on later this month, going into effect on July 1st. And if you'd like to take a closer look at these overtime numbers, just go to CBS8.com, click on the online version of this story.